Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the July 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Taurus. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at July. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a healing note, and a crystal of the month for you. But let's see here, pull in a summary card, what we have for column number 1, which is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card Center. Center is a really good card. It means there's some balance, there's some harmony, there's center in your life. It's good thought process, it's good energy. All around, we really like to see center. Let's see what other messages are coming through though for you, Taurus. The first card that we have is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. So some of you have really been like future focused these last weeks, trying to figure things out, where you want to go, what you want to be doing. But again, it's feeling very future focused, like future planning has been happening here for you, Taurus. The next card we have is the Magician. The Magician is very focused creativity. It's inspired action. It's about turning your visions into reality. On this card, we have a pentacle, a cup, a sword, a wand, this abundance infinity sign at the top. The Magician is saying that you really can create whatever reality you want for yourself. So it's almost like you have been determining what you want your future to look like these last few weeks. Again, very future focused, very much so planning happening. Then at the bottom here, we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is very patient, but it can be an indicator of new job, raise, or money news. So potentially new job, raise, or some new income for you. But again, very patient, so some of you could still be waiting for that. Let's take a look though and see what clarifiers we have here. The first card that we have is the King of the Swords. King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic, also another long-term card. However, when I see the King of Swords, this is an indicator that you are taking the right actions long-term. You're going in the right direction. You're making the right decisions. So not only have you been planning, now we have the King of Swords saying, yes, Taurus, this was the right thing for you to do. You made the right choices. The next card that we have is the Tower card. The Tower card is a card of unwanted change or something happening in a way that we didn't want it to happen. So likely in the last few weeks, or again, even month, there could have been something where you had A, B, C planned and D, E, F happened. Sometimes, honestly, things just happen and it's not always what we want. So just kind of roll with it, Taurus. This is acknowledgement that you could have had the best laid plan and things just didn't go the way you planned on something. And then at the bottom here, we have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is very hardworking. So in addition to that new job, promotion, money, this could also be an indicator of new love. But the message here is kind of hard work and be patient. So continue to work towards whatever this new thing is. But if it hasn't happened yet, do continue to be patient as well. Now, Taurus, let's take a look at our July in general, so month to come. We have the card Perception. Perception is interesting. Typically when I see this card, your perception, your understanding, your view on something is going to change, and oftentimes it's expanding. Before maybe you were only seeing a partial view and now you're getting a much larger view. So do expect that your perception on something is not necessarily going to change, but more so expand. And let's see what messages I can give you here. The first card we have is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card that is always favorable for you, Taurus. This is a card of clarity. This helps you get closer to your life's purpose because, again, your clarity is expanding. So really this is like your perception expanding, your clarity expanding. Expansion is a word that keeps coming through here. But it's like before you could see just such a short distance. Now you can see such a far distance. Of course, we'll clarify that and see what else I can give you there, but definitely expanded clarity and perception. The next card that we have is the Page of Cups. We had the Page of Cups earlier. The Page of Cups is, again, that hard work. So continue to work hard towards something. This can also be a card of volunteer work. So some of you could be volunteering, and also new love interest. So this could be friendship. This could be a new relationship if that's what you're hoping for. But new love is also associated with the Page of Cups there. Then at the bottom we have the Ace of Cups. Anytime you have an Ace card, this is a card of newness, Taurus. With the case of Ace of Cups, this is typically new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So again, definitely some sort of new love coming for you. And this could be anything. Sometimes people think love and they just think relationship, but this could be friendship. This could be a new animal that you adopt. It just feels like there's some sort of new relationship, some sort of new connection to the heart here. Let's clarify and see what other messages I can give you here. The first clarifier we have is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient and very honest. This new perception, this new clarity is also going to remove some reliance you had on somebody else. Like, it is going to make you more confident. It's going to give you the ability to be more self-sufficient. You're just going to see and know so much more, Taurus. Really interesting month. The next card that we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is solid, practical, and wise. I always love when this comes up, solid, practical, wise. I wish we could all be that 100% of the time, but I do think that this will be very solid, practical, wise time for you. The King of Pentacles is a great card for investments as well, Taurus, so keep that in mind. You may have some new investment opportunities coming up this month. That could be through that new relationship too. With the Ace of Cups too, this is new baby relationship proposal. But this could be an investment proposal, a job opportunity proposal, a business proposal. It just feels like there is some sort of new relationship on the horizon. Again, it could be love or it could be business. It could be investment. But whatever it is, it feels pretty strong there. So looking good. Then at the bottom we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. If you look at this card, this person's eyes are blindfolded, their arms are bound down, but they are swords stuck in the ground all around them. So this person could very easily wiggle back and cut themselves free. Believe it or not, I like to see the Eight of Swords because it's a good reminder, like, just to make sure you're not holding yourself back. Sometimes, Taurus, and it's not just you, it's everybody, sometimes we get to this mindset of like, oh, we can't do this, or you kind of like downplay your abilities. So this is a good reminder that as you enter into this relationship, job, investment, marriage, baby, whatever it is, make sure that you're not limiting yourself in any way. Now moving on to our next column, we're going to talk about anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Again, really anything related to money, whatever you think of when you think of money, Taurus. The first card we have is the Nine of Pentacles, starting off with a very, very strong money card here. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. Love to see financial gains, so likely some new money coming in or increased money from your current revenue streams. Taurus, all around good there. The other thing I like about this card is self-sufficiency. And being self-sufficient, financially self-sufficient, is something that's very important. It doesn't mean you're alone. It doesn't mean you need to be alone, but you have the ability to stand financially on your own, which is a great place to be. That's again part of that financial freedom. All around though, love to see the Nine of Pentacles in our money column here. The next card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. This seems to be like your leader or somehow connected to your finances. So this could be, again, your boss at work, but this could be like your banker or somebody that's advising you. I know that sounds really weird, but regardless, this is a good relationship. It's very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic, really great traits of a leader or somebody that you rely on. So like to see that card there too. Then at the bottom here, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups has a lot of different meanings. And for whatever reason, this is coming through as worries. There does seem to be something career or money-wise that you're concerned about, Taurus, but let's clarify through and see what messages I can give you here. The first card that we have is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of trusting your intuition, trusting your gut to navigate through any given scenario. This is like a very, very spiritual card. It's very close to intuition. So especially if you come across like these new business proposal, even relationship, I know we're talking about money here, or this investment, make sure that you are really trusting your gut and feeling things out. Again, your gut and your intuition are your best friend. Regardless, there does seem to be some financial gains. So moving forward money-wise, but do make sure you follow your gut there. The next card that we have is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, again, anytime we have an ace card, is a card of newness. This is job, raise, promotion, investment, income. So two really strong new money cards. I'd love to see that there. This King of Cups, we were talking about how genuine and deep this relationship, this good characteristic. For most of you, I actually believe this is going to be the person on the other side. So this will be your new boss or your new business partner, or your new coworker, or your new financial advisor that comes with this new financial opportunity. Then at the bottom, we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is also a card of anxiety and worry. If you look at this person, they're quite literally sitting up in bed worrying about something. I'm not positive, Taurus, what this is, what you're worried about. It is job or money related though in this column, but I would give you my best advice, which is to not worry. Between the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, things look really, really good. And again, trust your intuition to navigate through these situations. I'm going to say whatever this thing is that you're worried about, you don't need to worry about. But again, sometimes people just telling us not to worry isn't enough. So I do see that there's worry there, but the financial cards and the career cards look really, really promising for you going into July, Taurus. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationship, children. Again, whatever you associate with love when you think of it, Taurus. The first card there we have at the top is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is an interesting card. It's a card of rivalry, challenges. It could be conflict, but if you take a good look at this card, these people are fighting with wands, not swords. So I always tell people this is small bumps in the road. So there will be some sort of conflict with a loved one. This could be family, friend, relationship. It could even be your kid that you're fighting with. Just know that there is some sort of conflict, some sort of tension. It is not a relationship ender by any means, Taurus. But it does seem like there is some sort of conflict that pops up this month as it relates to love. Of course, we'll clarify that and see if I can give you any more information there. The next card that we have is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting for results or potentially having to make a choice. Anytime we have two of something on a card like this, it indicates a choice. But it feels like there's something that you're waiting for with love, or potentially, again, it's that choice. I do think some of you are going to have to make the choice to just like end the conflict. I'm getting like the you have to be the bigger person type energy, Taurus, which I know is not fun. And I feel like you get stuck in that position a lot where you kind of have to be the bigger person. But the choice very well could be to squash whatever this Five of Wands challenge is. Then at the bottom here, we have the Ten of Cups. For those of you that have watched my readings before, you know the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. We have a nice full rainbow here, a happy couple, kids playing, green grass, water running, a house in the background. It's truly the card of everything. So it's family, contentment, total love and support. So even with this conflict, it's going to be a good month for love, family, friends, relationships. Let's clarify here. The first clarifier we have is the death card. The death card absolutely doesn't mean death, but does indicate a change, an ending, time to grow from whatever situation it is. So whether it's you or whether it's the other person, we do need to bury this conflict. We need to grow from it. Make sure you're hearing each other out, hearing their perspective, but do figure out some way to move forward from this, Taurus. Again, I'm not saying end relationship, but I am saying end the conflict. The next card that we have is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very free-spirited, Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very free-spirited, but if you look at this card, both the horse and rider are moving very quickly on this card. So this is, again, conflict that you're going to want to resolve pretty quickly. It's not something you want to wait to do. Do make the decision quickly to resolve that. Don't let it drag on the entire month or even a few hours. Then at the bottom here we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a really wonderful love card, so love to see it in the love column. This is Prince or Princess Charming. This is Knight in Shining Armor type energy. Very romantic, very proposal-like. If you are hoping to get into a relationship, this is a great card for you. If you in general want to know about your relationship, this is a great indicator of the strength of your relationship. It's paired on top of another really wonderful card, my favorite card in the entire deck, with the Ten of Cups. So it's a really, really good love cards at the bottom here. So take that how it resonates there, Taurus. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide. We have the card Time, and I'm like hearing this message like being shouted to me, it's time to do something. I don't know what that means, but this is like, no more waiting, it's time, it's time, it's time. So let's see what messages we've got here that I can give you. Okay, the first card that we have is the Eight of Swords. We talked about the Eight of Swords earlier. This is a card of self-imposed restriction. So again, the person's eyes are blindfolded, their arms are bound down, but this is you limiting you. And when I see this card, it's always such a reminder to make sure that you're not limiting yourself, Taurus. So whatever this thing is that it's time to do, don't make excuses. Don't question your ability to do it. You really need to go for it, even if you don't feel like you can do it, or if you're not confident about whatever it is. Again, the message coming through very loud and clear is that it's time to do it. The next card that we have is the Nine of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. Not for all of you, but some of you, it could be time to set new, clean boundaries with those around you. This is also a card of persistence, though. So again, that ability to push forward even when you may feel like you can't or don't want to. And then at the bottom, we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords has a lot of meaning. Some of them are kind of negative, but one of which is like picking up your things and running away. And we're not necessarily running away, but this is what I was talking about, that it's time to do it. So it's time to pick up your swords and do whatever this task is that's at hand here, Taurus. Let's clarify and see what messages I can give you here. The first clarifier we have at the top is the Five of Wands. That's again that card not going as planned. It's that energy of like there being a challenge, that obstacle, that bump in the road. Nonetheless, we have the Nine of Wands saying that we need to be persistent, and I feel like there will always be something where it won't be the perfect time to do this, but it needs to be done anyways. The next card we have is the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is a card of communication and collaboration. So definitely for those of you setting boundaries, this is really important to communicate those new boundaries. This could also be like teamwork though. So you could be asking for help as you accomplish whatever this task is. Again, it's time to do something. So whatever it's time to do, you may be seeking help. And then at the bottom we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident and very self-assured. Again, you just have to know this is time to do it. The Five of Wands is trying to tell you, you may feel like it's not, but again, the message that it is time to do whatever this thing is. Now at this point, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them. Question number 1 is the Ten of Clubs. This is number 35 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the Jack of Hearts. This is the number 22 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3 is the 10 of Spades. This is number 30 card. That's also a no. So no, no, no there, Taurus, this go round. We are going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of July. You have citrine. We had some really strong money cards, Taurus. Citrine's a great money crystal. This gives you a new lease on life. It helps with self-worth, helps put some old habits to bed, really gives you joy of life, and encourages you to follow new paths. And last but not least, we're going to do a card from our Healing Stones deck. Your message says, owning your story is the bravest thing you will ever do. Thank you so much, Taurus, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you again, Taurus, and I hope you have a wonderful July.